Okay, so I am going to show you how to analyze an opening sequence, the assignment for which is here. Now, there is some guidance here to help you. So an example of what this should look like is here, but bear in mind that my example here only includes an analysis of 3 different shots. If you're going to do a proper analysis, you should have at least 6 shots. Now, this is an opening sequence for a film in the thriller genre. So obviously, as you can see, I'm talking about here denotes and connotes. Now, where I've said this shot denotes, all that means is this shot shows, okay? So it's a media terminology that means that this is showing you something, okay? And on the other side of that is what it connotes. So the connotes or the connotations of it are the hidden meanings. So the first thing I've done is describe what I see, which is a studio logo, and then describe the hidden meanings. Now you might think, oh, there isn't any hidden meanings in it. Well, if you think about this, this is ATV, so it gives us a clue as to the type of text. So because this is an old style logo, we would assume that this is an old text. We would also assume that it's not from one of the main studios. So if you were to see a logo here that said Warner Brothers or Universal, then you would instantly know that it was a big budget multinational film, okay? As opposed to, say, for example, if you saw a studio logo for film 4, it would it would connote that you were about to watch a British film with maybe slightly a smaller niche audience. Okay, so I hope that's understood. When you talk about describing what you see in a shot, you should be talking about denotes and connotes. So here I've got during the opening, okay, and let's just save that. It's a bit of a spelling mistake. Always check your spelling, punctuation, and grammar when you've finished something. But yeah, during the opening, we see an establishing shot. This long shot. Always try and use the shot terminology, okay? And there is a shot list file under files. To help you understand what that is. There's also one under the storyboard. So this long shot denotes a dark, misty view of London, establishing the location of the film. This has connotations of mystery, danger, and fear, which are all key to the thriller genre. So I've made my point, I've explained my point, and given evidence. This is the evidence from the clip, and then I've done an explanation as to what that means or the connotations within it. The same as in this shot. This is a medium shot and I'm just describing it, so it denotes a woman walking up the stairs. The connotation of this is that it's at a point of view shot, which suggests that somebody or something is watching her. The lighting is low key, so that keeps in keeping with the dark theme, which is again conventional of that thriller genre. So you are analysing an opening sequence of the same genre of your particular teen fiction novel. So for example, if you're doing a drama like Orbiting Jupiter or one of those, then pick a drama, okay? So it could be that you go on YouTube and you pick like a British drama, okay? Because remember, your brief is to create a low budget film, right? So that would need to be you'd need to be looking for an opening sequence that is in that genre, so a drama. So look for example, I'm just going to use the Top Boy opening, okay, because that's a British drama, okay, and the opening scene should be on here, okay, Top Boy intro. So here we go, and it starts with an establishing shot, which a lot of dramas do. So the first thing I'm going to screenshot is the establishing shot. Now, that's the denotation, okay? So I'm going to do a screenshot of that, okay? And the opening sequence, okay, is obviously Top Boy is a drama. So what I would say is I'd describe that scene. So just like I've done in my other one, what I would say is I would get a screenshot of this, and then on my text to analyze, I'll put the screenshot here, and then in here I may write what I see. So the first shot denotes a housing estate, and it looks like it's at sunset. Now we don't know if it's sunrise or sunset, but if I say it's at sunset, then you've got to think about what are the hidden meanings of both a housing estate and sunset. Okay, then you can start to talk about what it connotes or the connotations. So let's turn it around a bit. The connotations of this long shot, and always try and describe the actual shot of this long shot, sometimes called an establishing shot. In fact, this is a generic establishing shot anyway, because it's the first shot. The first shot is often an establishing shot because it establishes what you're looking at. So the connotations of this long shot or establishing shot are that the drama will take place in a housing estate. Yeah. This connotes, our housing estates are often places of high crime, so this connotes an area of crime or anti-social behaviour. Alright, and also sunset connotes that it will soon be dark and crime or drama often happen in the dark. So again, you could say that was conventional of drama, okay? So you could say this is conventional. In other words, it's normal to see this in a drama, okay? This is conventional of the drama genre. And then quite simply, I would screenshot this image here, and then I'll put that over the side there, and then I've got my analysis and I've got the shot. I'd then do that again for at least another 5 shots. So if I was doing this particular opening, I'd probably get, so there's the establishing shot, and look, when it pans down, you can actually see the antisocial behaviour taking place, yeah? There's some dodgy sofas here that have been wrecked. You could talk about any of these elements. These are key elements of the mise-en-scene. Now, the mise-en-scene in film is everything in the frame. So that is like your props, okay? It's your characters, yeah? It's often, I often tell my students to abbreviate it to the abbreviation clamps, if you want to think about what it is. So clamps as in costume, lighting, action or actors, makeup, props, and setting. Okay, so mise-en-scene, costume. Okay, these are all things that you can talk about when you're analysing a text. Lighting, action or actors. Okay, makeup and hair. All of these things in a film will have hidden meanings, okay? They'll usually be connected to the genre, or they'll be telling you something, or foreshadowing some kind of action that's going to happen, okay? So, these are just things that you can talk about. If you want to do an analysis, if you want to talk about something within a scene, you often talk in media terms about the mise-en-scene, okay? So the mise-en-scene comprises of all of these things, okay? Costume, lighting, action or actors, makeup, hair, props and setting. Now if you get stuck as to what to write about, you can also go to Canvas and use some information that I've put up there. So what you'll see is that I've also got a help sheet here to help you with what to write, and that help sheet just looks like this. So pick a shot. We can do this right now. So again, a lot of that stuff, look, it talks about using media terminology, talks about the mise-en-scene. all of those things that I've just been talking to you about. But let's say we go to the second shot that we're going to analyse. This is all my establishing shot, so this is great. As you can see, it is sunset, so it is getting darker. By the time you get to here, you can see the car lights are on, so it's getting darker. So you could combine your shot with this shot. So if I was to screenshot this shot and then add that into my analysis, right, I can then go on to talk about how this shot is a continuation of the last shot. The shot, okay, and what you would say is the shot then pans round to show a scene of the road next to the housing estate. Again, you just start with what you're describing. So you describe what you see, use media terminology, shot pans, okay, to show a, and it's kind of a medium close-up, this shot, so you could say a medium close-up or an MCU, show a scene of the road next to the housing estate, okay, and then you talk about the hidden meanings. So you could talk about the fact that graffiti again is associated with crime, the fact that crime happens in the darkness. When we carry on, look, it then shows a lot of different housing estates and it's getting darker, okay, so it's sort of showing you how the darkness is coming over the city. That tells us something. So this final shot here with the title in it tells us something about the setting. It tells us something about what the actual program is called. So even in the title Top Boy, the title Top Boy has connotations of somebody who is very good at their job but who is being used to carry out possibly low-level crime or vandalism on this estate. So possibly he's running drugs or something like that. All of those things are connoted in the title. Again, you can use this to help you do that. So if I was to take this shot, what visual codes can you see? Denotation. Well, the visual codes that you see here is a long shot of the City of London. It doesn't matter if you know it's the City of London or not. You could say a city, an urban environment, okay? Again, the connotations of this, what are the characters wearing? Well, there's no connotations, but if you look at what images you could see, the choice of text, it gives you a clue to the target audience, okay? So, you can analyse the titles. How's the opening been edited? How have the transitions been cut? Well, this is a one shot, isn't it? And it pans around. So you can do, you can talk about the camera angle. Okay, it's a medium close-up. It's showing you an estate stairway as well as the City of London. So it places the audience right in the middle of this estate. And again, the actual connotations of that, the hidden meanings, what does it tell us about what you see? Well, it's essentially how the narrative, or the story, how is the story being told, but essentially what you should be doing is focusing on what you see, what's denoted, and then what the hidden meanings are, so the connotations, okay, all those things that are tied up within the genre of drama. Most dramas, when they open, will connote to you and foreshadow or tell you that something is going to happen. It should be dramatic. Well, the change of light here is dramatic. It goes from the very bright of day right into the depth of night. Now, if you're not particularly good at writing, I don't mind if you wanted to submit a analysis whereby you just watch an opening sequence and record a video a bit like this and talk about it. But do use this sheet here, the writing frame, to help you analyse, okay? It will help you to understand that, but it is very basic. Just look at the shot types that you see and look at talking about what they denote or what they show you, and then talking about what they connote in terms of what the hidden meanings are behind them. Okay, and yeah, it should eventually look like this kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, you should eventually hand in a document that looks like this, but obviously if you don't want to type it out, what you can do is just write down this for yourself and then describe it as you go through it on the screen. I don't mind, just make sure you can submit any files on here, so you can submit a video file if you would like to.